First, we saw the Great Resignation. Now workers are staying put. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics JOLTS report, the number of quits was down 500,000 in May compared to a year ago. The quits rate typically serves as a signal for how willing workers are to test the labor market waters and voluntarily making the leap to a new role. Joining me now is Jessica Kriegel, Chief Scientist of Workplace Culture at Culture Partners. Jessica, it is good to see you. And, on this trend, Jessica, there was this very good, smart article in the Journal, which talked about how increasingly people feel stuck in their jobs. The labor market's cooling, declining turnover, fewer internal moves. People feel stuck. If viewers are watching this, Jessica, and they feel stuck, any advice for them, Jessica? What could they do? What should they do?
Well, the music is stopping, and in the game of musical chairs, you want to have a seat, which is why we're seeing the quit rates slow down, because ultimately we have to be able to pay our rent and pay our mortgage, and the opportunities are not as out there as they used to be. So what does that mean for you, to answer your question? If your listener is feeling stuck, you may be stuck. Acceptance is perhaps the first step in allowing yourself to be okay with being stuck, because sometimes that is the nature of the cycle that we're in, and that's where you are. There's also something that you can do as an employee when it comes to advocating for yourself. If you're not being paid fair wages, you can show your value to your manager and ask for that increase. If the culture on your team doesn't feel very good, you can influence the culture yourself. We're all co-creating culture together. This isn't just a CEO-led thing. So you can take initiative to make that better internally. But the reality is some people are stuck, and we might just have to be okay with that.
Are there all, Jessica, I would also think, are there moves though an employer can make? An employer doesn't want people feeling stuck. That just leads to people feeling disengaged. Are there things employers could do? Can they get more creative? Can they, have people move to different cities or, experiment on different teams?
Yeah, I think all of those kind of perks and benefits are things that CEOs are trying right now. But if you want to get to the core of a culture of accountability where people are taking initiative, where they're driving results and they're passionate about it, you have to think about how people are, what they believe in the workplace, right? So many leaders are focusing on what can we do? Maybe we move people, maybe we let them work from home, maybe we give them this benefit. But what is it that they believe about the value that they're creating, their importance in the workplace, whether or not they're on a team that really cares about what you're doing? And the way that you influence beliefs at work is through the experiences that you co-create for each other. So I would dig deeper as a leader if I were trying to motivate my employees and think about the employee experience that they're having every single day and what experiences I can improve to drive the right beliefs so that they really care. Because if I'm a CEO, I want a team of people who deeply care if I want to drive shareholder value.
There may be some employers, Jessica, I'm just spitballing here, who are listening and saying, the economy is slowing. You can see that in all kinds of data now. The labor market is cooling. Frankly, they may say you should just be thankful you have a job. Is that the right attitude, the wrong attitude? How do you think about it?
It's not the attitude that I would want to have as a CEO, but it's not necessarily ineffective, right? At times, that is the problem with these economic cycles, is that we invest in people when we can, and then we divest when we can. And so if you have short-term thinking and you're just trying to get to the end of the quarter, end of the year, then yeah, let people be, let them be. Sometimes leaders actually do this intentionally so that their employees will go. They want to increase attrition, and you're seeing also increased layoffs right now. So, that is because people are trying to weed out all of the people who aren't putting in that extra effort. As an employee, show value, show your worth, and you'll be able to hold on to that job a little bit longer.
Big, important trend and theme. Jessica, thank you for helping us walk through it. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.